Christ in your life. He has promised to be with us every day until the end of the world, and that God of the covenant never abandons his people. Let us live confidently like fragile and clay vessels, whose strength comes from a great, strong and faithful God, to whom is glory forever and ever. Become a member of the channel and be an instrument of the Word of God. Don't miss this opportunity to impact lives. Click the link in the description now and help us spread the Word of God. Why do Justice and Mercy by Wilbur Madera Rivers. Summary. Practicing justice and mercy in our lives is our response of worship to the works and character of God. One day when I was in the office, the secretary gave me a call because they were looking for the pastor of the church. When answering, my interlocutor identified himself as Pastor so-and-so of a Presbyterian church in Veracruz. He told me that he was calling me to see if we could help the son of a sister member of that church who was at the Merida truck terminal. It turns out that this person was traveling to Veracruz to see his sick mother, and he was assaulted and was stranded in Merida and wanted to see if we could support him to continue his trip to Veracruz. Of course, promising to return everything invested in this support. 543. He gave me the person's address and I agreed to see what could be done. I headed to the terminal and found the person. When I saw him, I was a little doubtful, because his appearance was quite out of alignment, but I thought that he was like that because of the assault he suffered. Furthermore, he caught my attention that he had a page from the yellow section in his shirt pocket. At that time we were advertised in the yellow section. Something inside me refused to believe the story, but at the same time my Christian conscience marked me as insensitive, and between thoughts and thoughts, I finally agreed to help him. I bought him a bus ticket, bought him a cake and watched him get into his truck to leave. A couple of weeks passed, more or less, when I received a call from a pastor friend of mine from the state of Campeche telling me that he had called the office of his church, supposedly Pastor Wilbur Madera, asking for support for a brother who was in the terminal, from Campeche. And he spoke to corroborate that I had really called. Of course, I told him that the same thing had happened to me, and that this person was clearly a scammer. But the story doesn't end there. Over time, I continued receiving calls from pastor friends or acquaintances from various parts of the Republic asking me the same thing. What if I had called to ask for support for a supposed brother who was in the terminal in those cities? I received calls from Aguascalientes, Puebla, Acapulco, Ciudad Victoria, among others. And I have to say with sadness that this has not been an isolated case in terms of unknown people approaching the church to ask for help. Definitely, experiences like these discourage you from helping or thinking about the material needs of others. Why want to help those in need? Why get involved in seeking to improve the life of the community around us? How can we get involved as Christians so that the quality of life of people in our communities is better, fairer, more equitable, more dignified?